This is going to be a um, probably an overwhelming conversation. Um, I put a poll out there asking if you guys wanted me to do a video on the counterfeit versus the kingdom spouse. And majority rules. So here I am with this video. So I just want to welcome you guys back to my channel. This is one of two of my channels. So if you didn't know, I do have a main channel, which is all things Tiffany Nicole. I invite you all to tune into that channel as well. That's just a lifestyle channel for me. But there was one particular person who said no, and I'm sure it was a counterfeit. It was probably a counterfeit, but I have to say, to be honest, my my I'm divorced, newly divorced. I know for a fact that my marriage was a counterfeit. My previous husband was not the one that God had called for me to be with, and he let that be known to me. But he also, I am finally verbally saying this out loud, has let me know who that person is. And let me just say to anybody who's wanting to know who their kingdom spouse is, make sure you're ready. Make sure you're ready to know, because if you're not ready to know, it's gonna be a hard pill to swallow, because throughout the process of you waiting for it to happen, God is going to be showing you so much. And you got to have a strong prayer life. You have to have a strong will. You have to have just so much strength. And I want to get into all of that. But first, I just want to touch on the counterfeit portion, how I knew, and what happened with that. And let me just say, first of all, I do not wish my previous husband any ill will. I don't wish anything bad on him. As a matter of fact, I would love for God to bless him with his kingdom spouse. But he wasn't the one for me. I wasn't the one for him. And God made that evident. In fact, I was told by a prophet 2 years into my marriage that I was married to the wrong person. God gave me two dreams. Well, he gave me a dream early on in my marriage. He gave me the dream. I'm not going to go into detail on the dream, but he gave me a dream, but he gave me that same dream twice. And so I couldn't understand why. This is before I even figured out that I had spiritual gifts, that I was a prophet, that all of that. Like, I knew that I could see stuff, but I didn't know. Like, I wasn't in tune to my spiritual side as much as I am now. Like, I wasn't really fully into it like I am now. And so because of that, I turned a blind eye to a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. And so I ended up talking to this prophet, and she's a legit prophet. I told her about the dream, and I asked her why I was having that dream, what made me have that dream twice. And she told me I was married to the wrong person 2 years into my marriage. Mind you, y'all, we were married before, we were married before I filed for a divorce 10 years, and then the last year we were separated. So, but 2 years in, y'all, I was told that I was married to the wrong person. But I feel like the fact that me staying in my marriage for as long as I did was all a part of the process. Because everything that I went through in my marriage has shaped me and molded me into this woman that I am right now looking at you. Because I was a broken person. I was broken in my marriage. I didn't know who I was. Like, I was just not, I was depressed. I had low self-esteem. I suffered from anxiety bad. It was just taking a toll on me mentally, like really bad mentally. And I thought that the mental health issues that I was dealing with was stemming from my childhood, but what happened was my marriage, my husband, his actions was a trigger that caused me to think that. So even when after I filed for divorce and we were separated and all that, God helped me. I ended up I was in I still do see a therapist once a month. No, once every 3 months now. I graduated. um, she helped me realize that what I was going through in my marriage, that was a trigger. And it is very important for you to realize what your triggers are and put a stamp on it to remove those triggers from your life. And that's something that I had to do, but when I did that, I felt like the shackles came off my feet. I felt so free. And I just, I have to say to my ex-husband that I wish nothing bad on you. No matter what you did, no matter what happened, what was still, I wish nothing bad on you. And I wish you the best. I really wish that God would bless you with that woman that is for you. I really do, because that's what my heart is. That's the type of heart that I have. I've always been a loving person and wanted everybody to be happy, and I don't ever wish any will on anybody, no matter what they've done to me or whatever. God has even had me pray for my enemies, pray for the people who've hurt me, and that was a hard step. That was a big step for me, but I did it, and I continue to do it every now and then. Even when He don't ask me to do it, I still find myself praying for my enemies, because it's just in me to do that, and I find that it is so much peace within me when I do that. When I pray for people that hurt me, I just find peace in it and healing. Like, you're healed when you can pray for the person that hurt you. It just comes with it comes with the territory. Um, but yeah, throughout my marriage, even after the prophet told me I was married to the wrong person, God was giving me signs of things. And again, because I wasn't spiritually in tune with God like that at the time, I was taking a blind eye. Like, I would have a vision of seeing my husband doing, and I took a blind eye, because it's like, I don't have proof. I don't have proof of it, and what can I do? You know what I'm saying? So, and because of my low self-esteem and because of my mental state of mind, I chose to stay in it for as long as I did. But at the same time, I knew I wasn't in the right, I was settling. And when you are not mentally in tune, and when you don't know who you are through God's eyes, when you don't know your worth, you will find yourself settling in something that you have no business settling in. You will settle in, let me tell you what. But when you find yourself settling, it it takes a toll on you. It takes a toll on you, your health, mentally, physically, spiritually. settling is not what God has called for any of us to do. Anything that God gives you is not going to make you feel like you're settling. It's not going to make you feel like you're settling, and it's going to be something beautiful, something magical, something above and beyond what God can do. And when you're with a counterfeit in the beginning, oh, it's going to feel like nothing you ever had before. Like, that's what the counterfeit comes from the devil. It's a distraction to block you from seeing or being with the one that God really has for you. So when it's the counterfeit, oh yeah, it's gonna make you feel like, oh yeah, this is the one, this is the one. But eventually, as time move on, God is gonna start showing you some stuff, and it's up to you to take heed, to open your eyes, to see, like, oh, wait a minute. If this is what God gave me, this wouldn't be happening. Because for one thing, the one that God gave you is not going to lead you to sin. The one that God gave you is going to lead you closer to Him, whether you are the man or the woman. Because the man is supposed to be the head, right? But you both will be going towards God. You both, even if one draws the other one closer to God. The counterfeit, you're going to be out here doing things that is not godly. You're going to be out here doing, it's just, you're going to be sinning pretty much. Nobody's perfect, but the counterfeit is not gonna lead you closer to God. And that's something that my husband did not lead me closer to God. I'm gonna be honest, he did not. There were times where I thought that he was gonna get it together, because I prayed, and I prayed. But I'm telling you, you can pray all you want. If it's not of God, it's not gonna work out. It's not gonna work out. And God is going to, He is going to apply pressure. He is going to cause something to happen to get you out of that situation. And let me tell you, if God is the one that have to take you out of that situation, He's going to put you in the wilderness. When He take you out, you're going straight in the wilderness. You're going straight into the refining fire. Why? Because He wants to prepare you. He wants you to heal. He wants to prepare you for the one that He actually has for you. And that's what happened with me. That's what happened with me. I got put in the refining fire. Let me tell you. And He will not take you out until you make the changes that you need to make to get out of that thing, to get out of it and come out as a better person, come out as the woman or the man of God that He wants you to be, so that He can bless you with the one that He has for you. Because when it comes down to a kingdom marriage, you have an assignment. It's not about you and that person just being together. There's an assignment on you guys' marriage. Something that God is calling you and that person to do together in the kingdom. And that's what people need to understand. Like, because there's so many people that try to go and block people from getting with their kingdom marriage, getting with their kingdom spouse. Because a kingdom marriage is a threat to the devil. It's a threat because it's one thing to have one spiritual person or one person working for God or doing what it is that God wants them to do. But when you got two that's together as one on one accord, like their spirit is the same, like your kingdom spouse, you're it's more than a physical connection. It's a spiritual connection, and it is gonna be spiritual before it becomes anything else. I promise you that. It will become spiritual before it becomes anything else. And if you're not feeling a spiritual connection with that person that you're with, talk to God about that. Pray to God about it. And this is what I'd like to say when it comes to kingdom marriages. If you're so set in stone on that you are with your kingdom spouse, you are with the one that God called you to be with, why don't you ask God to reveal the unrevealed and expose the unexposed so you can really see who you with. So you can really see who you with. That's what I did. That's exactly what I did. And when I tell you God answered my prayers and he exposed the unexposed, it just came and hit me in my face. I'm trying to tell you. So if you have any doubt in your mind that you're not with the one that God called you to be with, ask God to expose the unexposed and reveal the unrevealed. That's when you're going to know if you truly with the one that God called you to be with. That's how I immediately made the call. Cut the cord to my marriage after I asked God to reveal the unrevealed and expose the unexposed, because he's surely going to do it. He's surely going to do it. So I say to anybody, you that confident, you know for sure, oh, that's your man, oh, that's my girl, oh, God gave me this. Won't you ask him? Won't you get confirmation? Get confirmation. Because God's going to give it to you. He's definitely going to give it to you. I'm a living witness. He will give it to you. He will tell you if it's if it's a counterfeit. He will tell you if it's your kingdom spouse. Because I will say that when I started putting the puzzle pieces of all the things that I started seeing, like even going way back to when she told me that I was married to the wrong person, like all the dreams that I was having like throughout my marriage, they would stick with me. It's like, some dreams that just stick with you. They just, you can remember them verbatim. Like they stick with you. There's something to those dreams. And so I started like putting pieces together, and I started on my walk with God, and it's like he started just revealing things to me left and right. And so like I had got this, what I thought was a revelation, but I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if that was, what God was showing me. And so I started like asking God for confirmation. But when I tell you I was asking God for confirmation, I would ask God for confirmation. He would give me confirmation. I would ask God for confirmation again, like, God, are you sure? Are you really sure? Like, I need something. I need something else. Like, can you? And dang, if God did not come through. When I tell you, even when I don't ask for confirmation, he is showing me in my kingdom spouse in the spirit. And when I say he's showing me in the spirit, he'll give me a godly dream. I'll see me and my kingdom spouse in the, like, it's like an out of body experience, and I'll be having dreams, and it's like I'm watching. Even if I'm in the dream, it's like I'm out to the side watching what happens in the dream take place. Those are godly dreams. Um, and they be so real. And let me tell you the characteristics of how I know that this this man was the man, because you know in the Bible it says that you have the man's rib, and um, the man is supposed to love you like God loves the church. And let me tell you, the way that God has shown me this man in the spiritual, when I tell you sometimes I want to tear up, the way that he showed me this man loving me and taking care of me, it's nothing like it. It's nothing like it. And I know it's nothing but God that can do that. Nothing but God that can make that happen. Like, it's just something beautiful and beyond. And even like, because I've known for about a year now, officially known for about a year now. Um, and since that year, God has just been showing me and him in the spirit. He's showing me like just little things, and it could be stuff that I just like. Even if I don't ask for any confirmation or anything from God about my kingdom spouse, he still's gonna show me. He shows me. Like, God knows your thoughts and everything. And sometimes I'll be like, because you know, when you're in your waiting period, you can get tired of waiting. You be like, wait, well, I'm about to go find me a date, find me somebody to date. And I don't say it out loud or nothing, but next thing you know, I'll have a dream. I'll dream. He'll show me my kingdom spouse, me and my kingdom spouse in a dream, um, together. Like, it's like he's letting me let it be known that no, you're not. This is who I have for you, and you need to continue to wait, because I have been set on saying I'm celibate. I've been celibate since me and my husband separated, and I made a covenant with God that I would continue to be celibate until I marry that man that He has for me. And um, I see no reason to date anybody, because why date if you already know who God has for you? You're just playing games. You're just gonna be out here playing games with that person. And I ain't got time to wait. I ain't got games to be played. I'm not on that level of playing games anymore. I don't got time for that drama. I ain't got time for nobody's insecurities. I ain't got time for that. I'm free, and I will remain free until God sends that man to me. Point blank, period. He's shown me who this man is, clear as day. Like, there's no denying it. Like, I cannot deny it even if I wanted to. He's shown me. And there's nothing we have a purpose together. We have a purpose together. There's reasoning behind God bringing us together. Like, and I always think about, like, I feel sorry for anybody who tries to get in the way of us coming together, because you don't play with God, and you don't play with His kingdom marriages. You don't play with anything that God is doing, because when I tell you, vengeance is His. Vengeance is His. And there's a purpose for us coming in. We're not just coming together just to be together. Yeah, we're going to be together, but we have an assignment on our marriage. And that's what people need to understand. So anybody that try to come in between that, I feel sorry for them, because God is going to deal with them. When I tell you God is going to deal with them, So anybody that tries to come against a kingdom marriage, you're asking for trouble on your life. You're asking for God to do something. And I don't get that. Like, people that don't fear God, it's just crazy to me. You don't fear that person. You don't think that anything, God can do anything to you because you're trying to block what he's already going to do anyway. It don't matter what you think. If you with a counterfeit, it's going to end one way or the other because God is going to do something to make it happen, to get that counterfeit out your life. Because you have an assignment. He needs you for an assignment. And one way or the other, he got to force you out. Or you come to your senses and realize that you with a counterfeit. Trust me. Trust and believe. Oh, he's gonna make it happen. And ain't nothing nobody can do about it. And when I tell you though, like, you're gonna know that that's your wife or your husband because God is gonna show you their character. He's gonna show you them loving you. He's gonna show you so much about your person. Oh my God, you're gonna start seeing the person the way that God sees that person. And it's just gonna be so beautiful. Like, when I wake up from it, it just stays on my mind. Like, I'm like, Lord, oh my God, this is just so beautiful. I mean, to be able to, because everything happens in the spiritual before it happens physically. So to see things in the spiritual before it happens, and to see how this man loves me. When I say this man loves me, oh my God. It's so beautiful, y'all. It's a beautiful thing. And to anybody that's with their kingdom spouse, I'm sure that they can vouch for what I'm saying. It's not going to be perfect. You're going to go through spiritual warfare, but you're going to go through it together. And guess what? You're going to be able to fight that spiritual warfare together. No matter what comes your way, whatever comes and tries to come between you, you are a three-string cord. You, your spouse, and the Lord. Nothing can break that. Nothing can break that. Your spiritual connection that you have with your spouse, nothing can come between that. You are one soul. One soul. You have the same soul, the same spirit. It is so beautiful, and that's how you can see your you can see your spouse in the spiritual because you have a spiritual connection with that person. You can see it all, like, and it's just so beautiful to me. Oh my God. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. So I say to anybody that's waiting, that's wanting their kingdom spouse to come in their life, while you're in your waiting stages, just focus on yourself. Focus on preparing yourself. Whatever it is you need to do with yourself, whether it's mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, just develop, like, help become a better person. So, because the person that I am now, no man has ever experienced before. So it's like, it makes me so excited for my kingdom spouse because he's getting a version of me that nobody's ever experienced. He's gonna be able to, like, it's just all so, oh my God, it's just so amazing. And I just I can't say that I can't wait, because I can wait. I can wait. I'll wait as long as I have to wait, because I want it to come when God is ready for us to come together. Because man, that thing is gonna be so beautiful. But hang on, y'all. If you're waiting for your kingdom spouse, hang on. Pay attention to the signs that God is showing you, and I guarantee you that it's gonna come into fruition. God bless.